We gotta win.
He's kinda cute. I wanna kiss him.
They said you can't upgrade a laptop, and they said you can't get enough power from a laptop. So we built a laptop that does all that and more. The new Alienware Area 51M is now the world's most powerful and upgradable gaming laptop, featuring an upgradable and overclockable desktop Intel Core processor and graphics by NVIDIA, with a revolutionary show-stopping design. Welcome to a new era. Welcome to a new era. Welcome to a new era. Welcome.
Alright, I'm gonna go up to the caster box.
Okay.
This empty town, I'm searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Just stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me.
Hello.
What's up? The stream's on now, by the way.
Oh, so you're streaming it?
I guess so.
You guess.
So, I'm trying to figure out why we're hosting people, though. Because I didn't think we were allowed to do that. We were supposed to do that.
Is there a game tonight at 10?
Yeah?
Yes, there's a game tonight.
What the fuck? You're trolling.
No. You're signed up to cast it, too.
Am I?
Yes, it's Team
Am I streaming?
4 versus Team 6.
Am I streaming? Am I
No.
streaming? Am I streaming?
I've already
You're
got it
streaming
up.
Okay, there we go. We're good. We're good. I'm on. What? I'm here, man. What? It's all good.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
but
already got this.
someone else is gonna take my spot, I guess.
What? Why?
They want to.
Who?
Then you take my spot.
Care. No.
You take my spot.
No,
Yeah, no, I want to go back as much.
No, I'm clean. I'm clipping. No, god damn it.
Who's taking your spot?
Huh? Whoever the Carlos Pena guy is.
Who's that?
Big Time Rush.
Oh,
7.
Pogs.
Yeah. I don't remember people's names. They're not important. But I would probably just say I think you should probably start inviting them. They're in their team for now. Do you want me to just go into spectator mode so I can invite them for you?
I guess I'm here.
Yeah, because someone's taking my spot.
Why is someone taking your spot?
Because they want me to clip in.
Then why don't they let you in the game?
Huh?
Why don't they let you in the game?
Because it's easier to clip on Twitch.
Okay.
But anyways, I have a headache too, so it kind of works out. So.
If you're sure about it, I'm not trying to ensure you.
No, just don't say anything tilting to others, you know?
Don't say anything what?
Don't
It's all-
take TOS into account, yeah. No. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off.
Cheers, Sarah.
You're the best.
I know.
Turn up. Turn up.
Let's turn this stream into the trash talking pre-game before our game tonight.
Oh God.
Huh?
That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you
So the team that's supposed to be playing them, they're still in a game.
Why the hell am I here?
FF15 is in a game that's only at 25 minutes.
They were practicing.
Didn't they say it was at 9:30?
No, I think it was at 10. I'll check the schedule.
That's what it says on the schedule. That's why. It says 10:30.
Hey, are you friends with Now on VHS Pogs, or is that?
Who?
No, alright.
Everything that happens in this universe has to be the way it is. Things happen the way they should.
It's all the same number. What are the odds of that?
9, 11.
Who the hell is that?
You happy with your life? Don't you want it all?
It said that would happen
Holy
right when it
shit.
did.
Where's our dog?
We don't have a dog.
never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna give.
I mean, Yoshi is definitely one of the top mid laners in like the whole Discord. I don't think that's really up for debate. But I feel like Wyvern's been pretty weak lately in terms of like, yeah.
That of Tomato's pretty good. We got Zara.
I mean, we can just talk about how half of like Team Tahn has like disappeared. Like the only ones left from the original roster are Yoshi, Wyvern, and Chu.
Because Mark's gone, and then
Whoever the old jungle, Alex. Alex is gone too.
isn't that the same guy? Isn't that Jesus?
Is it
Yeah,
Alex?
yeah, that's Alex. He's,
They have the same. It's just Mark that they kicked off.
yeah, they kicked Mark off captain, then kicked him off the team.
Well, technically, the admins kicked Mark off of captain because we could never get a hold of him.
No.
Well, that was the reasoning, but it was prompted by the team.
Well, okay. I have a question.
It was,
I have a
yes.
question. So like, you know how like teams here are technically like, you know, you want to make the best team possible. What's the rules against like, you know, like if your captain's like, oh, hey, you're the worst player here, you know, like, and there's a free agent that wants your spot. Like, is there a rule against that?
Against what, like switching people out?
Yeah. Like I mean, it's a whole thing to do. That's what I'm saying.
It's more of a team thing. Like, we give the captains. The captains are really just there to kind of be our communication sources in a way. Originally, I believe we gave the captains a lot more power, but the problem is like giving one person all that power to do whatever they want to a roster results in kind of what the original team, the two teams that we had as original teammates to do, which is change their whole fucking roster.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, in an unjust way, they ended up making, you know, players teamless.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, see, Bowman, you can't kick me out.
Well, good. I didn't think we were gonna kick you out. If anything, I'm the weak link on the team.
No, dude. You know how much I've tilted Hunter, dude? Hunter went from like loving my support, be like, you are the most.
AP Blitz OP.
He's like, you're the most troll support I've ever met.
Lord. Turning on the music. You have music on, Brennan?
Yep.
What
Wait,
kind
what?
of music?
Non-copyrighted music.
Okay.
Wait, is this being
That's
streamed?
apparently loud.
Oh.
Wait, you're streaming right
Oh,
now?
I know this song.
Wait, who's streaming right now?
Brennan is.
Yeah.
Wait, you stream, Brennan?
For this, I do.
No
Plus,
fucking-
I stream when I play my other games. Like I stream Anthem right now.
So they can hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is up?
So they're gonna hear us the whole time.
I didn't know that. I'm over here chilling.
I'm trying to. I gotta pop out the fucking chat real quick. Oh, oh crap! No more cursing, boys. I forgot. My bad.
Oh, we
Yeah, I
don't
think
cuss.
we're all here too.
I'm a polite person. I don't cuss. Cussing is bad. Oh wait, they're ready. Crap.
Yeah.
Oh, we ready? I
Hold
can't
on.
see the chat. The chat's blank for me.
See, that's what Yoshi said too. But I can see the chat, and then other people on his team are typing in it.
Bro, I can. Okay, let me get out of bed. Hold on.
Both teams are losing one band. Just so everyone knows. Both teams
Yeah.
are losing one band.
To the Feather Renegade. Wasn't that like Team 10's 85?
Original ADC, and
Oh.
if I remember correctly, she wasn't bad, but apparently communication issues were the reason for her being let go.
I mean, her level is 277.
She
So
plays a lot.
yeah, I can see that. Osloss was the highest I've ever seen.
Then this chick.
Until now.
Yeah.
Hey boys, you know she's single because she's 277. Come on.
Wow. Wow.
Oh
This
my
is
goodness.
the thing.
I feel like that's a little funny. I apologize.
I don't think that's late. That's kind of cute.
You think that's cute?
I think it's cute. You're helping her get out there in the fields of justice.
Yes, you're right.
Lord have mercy. Okay, so the
Can
Discord
you-
has now been pinged.
Can you ask their captain F15 if they're ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready for it?
Stop using your chat, Brennan. I got it.
I'm not using my chat.
I know. I'm just.
This should be exciting.
Someone peeing. Someone's apparently using the bathroom. My bad.
Oh, sorry. You can hear that? Might be.
What is the game now? Oh, I think they're talking about... wait, is the game supposed to be at 10:30?
10.
Why do we have so many different times?
I've got 10 on the caster stuff and the
10 on
scheduling.
the caster stuff.
On what caster stuff?
Alright, then
Plus-
I'll take it.
Everyone's here.
Yeah, so we're gonna play it anyway. I was just trying to figure it out. You know?
That's better that way because we play right after.
No, we don't play till 11:30.
Yeah, well, we can play early too.
No, we cannot.
Alright, whatever, dude. You're just scared. See, we
You
gotta turn this into the
right.
trash
It'd be a
talking.
real shame if we had to body you, Pugs.
Oh! I feel like there should be a rule against trash talking between casters.
Is
You're right.
Dr.
Sorry.
Gujri 12, is that on FFS 15?
Which one?
FF15 is ready.
Okay.
Oh, we're starting the game.
Just some competitive banter between casters. It's all good.
Dude, low key, I have not seen Yoshi's group playing lately. Like, when
What do you mean?
this all first started, they were always playing.
They're
Then
still always playing. It's always 4 of them.
I
yeah.
never.
But
They
they're-
would invite me, but they would always invite
on
me.
the actual roster, like the main roster, the other two that are playing. But I've also heard it's because those two are casuals. So
Isn't Jesus casual?
Yeah.
But he's been tryharding. Like, he's been low key putting up stats. Like, I think the past 2 games I remember from him, he was like really good on Tank Echo. Like, he had like a.
he
like,
pulls
one
out some
death or
very
something.
crazy stuff, and it's always interesting to see it.
Yeah, for sure.
Puts on a show.
And then Der Shoots was the one who messed people up with Bard, EP Bard, Halo Blades.
Dude, Troots has also been a pretty. I feel bad because we'll get to see like maybe with this ADC can they win a bot lane
Are we gonna see all 3 bans on Yoshi? That's what I want to see.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be
3-man lock-in ban on Yoshi Minor.
ban Zed, ban what else?
Nico, ban
Silas.
Cassidon, Silas. I don't think you have enough bans to fully get rid of Yoshi.
Even all 5 on him still wouldn't.
He'll still pull out something to kind of show off his... I think in terms of like ranking mid laners, Yoshi's easily like almost tied for first place. He carries his team. He grabs the
Alright, put you on the spot. Top 3 mid laners right now.
top 3 mid laners.
Right now.
Bammers, Yoshi Minor, Cosmic Cat.
Cosmic Cat. Ooh. Alright. Hey Brandon, you gotta say something about that. This
Nah,
game.
dude, I know I'm not our star player. I'm failsafe, man. I just don't lose.
He's failsafe.
Dude, that's like the best name for you.
I just don't lose. I take a.
Yoshi ban Inc. I agree. Do we have a confirmed ready from both teams? Start whenever.
Just Sweets
We're just waiting, right?
Sweets just said the P. He had to say he's going potty.
I need all of these players to get their potty breaks out of the way. If I get one pause for a potty break, oh man, I'm gonna go take a potty break.
Alright. BRB, potty break. He's gonna get mad.
Start without him. We'll wait for him to come back.
I gotta pee!
Fuck your pee. Well, I think the best matchup that we're gonna get out of this game is gonna be the mid lane matchup. It's gonna be up to Vaticanator, I believe is how you say his name. It's gonna be up to him to not super lose lane to Yoshi. You know, try to be around.
Wyvern's off. Wyvern's not terrible in the top lane either.
I think Wyvern's definitely one of the like better top laners in the tournament, but lately he has been performing a little less than we want to see Wyvern perform. Wyvern's debut was this outplay. The game after that he was okay, and now you know we haven't been seeing that out of him lately. It used to be Yoshi and Wyvern carry their team, and now it just seems to be a lot on Yoshi. So.
Alright. Oh, sorry guys. Potty break.
All right, both teams. Just to update everyone, both teams are losing a ban because they both used emergency subs.
Are they gonna miss a ban? Oh my god, Saint Micro, are you AFK right now?
It's gonna be the first missed ban. We are gonna have to sit here and wait a whole minute for the timers to sit down. It's not too bad. I wish there was just a button to skip the ban.
Or you could just ban none in customs as well.
Yeah, but what? I think it's because we do tournament draft and not just normal custom.
No, didn't they remove banning? Nothing.
No, you can still do it in ranked games.
Yeah, I do it all the time. I literally went to a guy yesterday who was just like, "It's my ban. You can't take my nothing ban from me."
Alright guys, let's see what this ban is gonna be.
Both teams only have 2 bans in the first phase, so this actually gives Team 10 an advantage, meaning Yoshi's gonna get one of those 3 pits that you don't want him on.
Yeah.
This is for sure gonna be a Silas ban.
You would expect them to definitely try to take the Silas off the table. Yoshi has been pretty known to pull out these new champions and make them very, very deadly.
There it is.
There it is. There's a Silas ban. I think they ban Xerath in this next one. Either that or a top lane.
So I guess the question is,
I don't know much about FaZe Boy.
You take FaZe Boy's, I believe his debut was on Graves, and he actually didn't perform pretty bad on it. Even with the loss to their team, he definitely was performing well. There's going to be the Nika, so that does leave the Zed up for Yoshi.
That leaves the Zed, that leaves the Ka, that means the Zoe.
The Zoe, yeah. So we get to kind of wait and see what he's going to pick up.
If my dogs randomly bark, I apologize.
Wyvern also does play a decent Fiora top lane.
That has been known to be his main, even though we have not got to see him perform as well as normal on it. Hopefully this game it is left open. They threw all bans at Yoshi. This gives their team the advantage.
Warwick.
And that's going to be a Warwick in the jungle.
Yeah,
CS Miker is going to do some crazy stuff in there, but...
Wyvern did play. There's the Jax, probably going to go up to Wyvern.
And the Ramus lock in for Seju. J-Juice? I can't say his name.
J Swiss.
Jay Sweeze,
Oh,
Deathfire.
Deathfire Gaps. Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
That's a
So
worry.
far, these are actually some
For sure,
pretty
right?
safe picks for Team 10. They're both, those two pits alone, just the Jats and Rames, scale really well throughout the game. So the longer the game goes, the more those pits come online. Even early game, they're both really good pits, so they're pretty solid.
Yeah, it's a takeaway also from Saints Miker because all he's been playing has been Jax and I think a Tryndamere game.
Jats, Tryndamere, and Darius have been SES Mikers, like prime 2 top laners, and I think Jats has taken away from you, and now Darius is banned away, so what else do you really have?
And you don't pick Tryndamere into that Jax.
I mean,
No,
they
I
do.
guess-
They do have the Urgot, which is still a power pick and kind of face roll,
Really good for meta. Oh, the Nasus.
which is also pretty face roll.
Jats does beat Nasus early game, especially with the new Conquer buffs, but we'll have to wait and see how SCS Micro plays that out. If he just sits around and farms, this could actually be a better late game champion now than the Jats.
Yeah.
Yoshi might are gonna pick his mid lane here just to avoid being banned out, hopefully.
He might not. I mean, Yoshi knows he can attract that attention and still play out, so he's not going to pick his champion.
They're gonna see.
Going over to do shoots.
He's gonna wait for the counter pick.
This is smart from Yoshi, though. I mean, you know you can bait out bans from the enemy team and still pull something out, and if with Yoshi's confidence, he can perform on it.
Fear what they cannot understand.
This could be a mid pike. I just don't see it being likely.
Highly unlikely.
I don't.
Dershoots is a very Dershoots does play quite a bit of Pike. He tends to be more of the aggressive support. So Pike kind of fits right in his roadhouse.
Ah, come on. What's the worst
I
that
do
could
feel like
happen?
with Pike mid, it's more of a supportive role, so I also don't think Yoshi would take it just because of that. Yoshi has been known to be the prime carry for this team. The Syndra is going to be banned away along with the LeBlanc, so
Yoshi
making
has Xayah banned.
Vaticanatr even worse in this spot. Right now, Feather Renegade could also, as Paul just said, she could get Xayah right now.
I think they would ban it. There's
There's gonna be the Xayah ban.
It was surprising that they didn't focus Yoshi at all, but yeah, it makes sense to focus the odd man out in the team.
I mean, I do think that they understand they can't fully ban him out.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't fall into the bait that Yoshi just tried.
He tried to bait them into banning Zed, and they did not. But I feel like, with that being said, if you have played custom, if you have watched any of the games recently, Yoshi has a clean Zed right now. A very
that's pretty
clean
scary.
Zed. And I don't think...
Ooh, I love watching Zoe in game.
Take the Zoe pick away, so now we
Hell
have to
yes.
Yoshi and
Oh,
Cersei.
sorry, I apologize.
No, we're saying hell. Hell is easy. Hell and Dev are easy. We're saying those.
Hell in heaven, there you go.
Hell and heaven.
Oh my goodness.
That is going to be Thresh locked in for A1 support. I do believe he has a decently high mastery points in Thresh, so this could be this team comp coming out from Forfeit at 15 looks okay. I do see some mid-game fight issues there. They are really relying on Sivir for the DPS late game, but early game they have secured the Zoe and the Thresh and the Warring.
And he locks in the Malzahar. So Yoshi's Malzahar is probably one of his favorite of his
I know
picks.
it's Bammer's favorite. He loves Mel.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Bammers.
And I think mostly that's to give them some AP, because I mean, if he did go that Zed, I mean, that's legit full AD.
Yeah. We do actually have confirmed A1 support has 39k points on Thresh.
39k
Not a-
or 390?
39k.
No, that's not.
It's not too bad, but it's definitely going to know what he's doing. And to the Pike, it's not a bad matchup either. Ashe does not outscale Sivir, but that does give them easier engages. An Ashe ult could turn a fight, gain a pick. The team comp for Forfeit at 15 looks very scattered and split push, and it seems like Team 10 is focused more on these group team fights later in the game.
I mean, they have a lot of engage. If anyone gets a pick, with the Rammus running up someone's butt, Jax hopping in, Ashe ult, Malzahar ult, Pike Q. I mean,
Pike
there's
E.
Pike
E
E.
flash on the whole team.
There is a bunch of engage on this team. They're going to be looking for a really pick-heavy team right here.
Alright, so 30 seconds. Which team do you think is going to win? Paul, we'll start with you.
Me, I actually prefer FF at 15 because they have a very late scaling game. So like Sivir Warwick gets really tanky, Nass is gonna be pretty unstoppable, and Zoe just is their pick potential. It's a failsafe thing. Like the right side has a very very strong pick potential with all of their champions. But again, like if FF15 just stay together and really ward up and just don't get caught out, I think they got it.
Brendan, what you feeling? We got one already for forfeit at 15. You siding with your boy Paz, or you gonna go for the other team in this one?
I'm going for Team Tahn. I think here the CC. There's a lot of CC. In this matchup, especially with Yoshi being on the Malzahar, not being on one of those hyper-aggressive carries that he's got, I think a lot of this gets put on the jungle. If Rammus can get around and start causing a lot of havoc, which Jesuits is known to do on the Rammus, I think it can definitely start snowballing this game. At 6, I mean, it's almost an instant kill for Malzahar and Rammus against the Zoe. She can't really go anywhere, do anything, minus the flash.
Alright.
How about you, Brandon?
Alright, I'm gonna be the tiebreaker here. I'm also gonna give it to Team 10. I'm just gonna put it pretty blatantly. Jax has a decent early game, meaning Gnosis isn't gonna be able to stack him too easy as long as Wyvern plays it right. I believe the Warwick just doesn't really outscale a Rammus. He'll get tanky, but Rammus will actually be a ball of Thornmail to a Sivir, and that is not what you want. You don't want Sivir to be dying just by auto-attacking, especially because you need her for the DPS in these team fights. I think Malzahar shuts down Zoe pretty easily. Pretty self-explanatory, Zoe, you're not going anywhere. I think with the Ashe and Pyke, you guarantee a utility bot lane, and even if Sivir and Thresh outscale that, I just think the utility in the CC that this whole team provides on the side of Team Tahn is just a win in their favor. And also, they have Yoshi Miner. And he's bonkers. Just my opinion. But I guess we'll have to see as we're loading in 10 seconds. We're going to get in the match here. Team Tahn versus forfeit at 15. I wonder where they forfeit at 15. That's been my running joke for the past, whole season. As our games start to load into here.
Look at this lack of synergy between me and Brennan. We have a game and you're over here disagreeing with me.
Oof. Alright, let's. So, loading up the mastery point boards on this. Feather Renegade topping the mastery points out of the whole game with 310,768 on Ashe.
Let's be real, when you're level 277, I believe that you should have the highest mastery.
Both teams also rocking Team Foreskin.
Oh, shit. Obviously, someone on their team was poor each time. It feels bad, man. Feels bad.
I definitely liked Team Tahn's bot lane a little bit just because of Ignite, but
it's a lot more of an aggressive bot lane, especially for something that the Ashe does scale well. Sivir may outscale her, but Ashe does scale very well into the game, and with the new crit reverts, Ashe is going to be slowing with her crits. So, come late game team fights, forfeit at 15 is not going to be able to get away. They're probably going to, even with Sivir ult, I don't think they'll be able to really get away from that team.
It'll be interesting as well to see if Ashe goes still the Bork first, which is still really popular.
I think the fact that she probably will go Bork first will put her off in mid game because Sivir will go IE into Shiv or Rapid Fire. And those two items will be stronger than Ashe Bork into whatever the heck.
Now, if Ashe can get some kills and get that Bork faster, then that definitely negates a lot of her mid game weakness.
Well, let's talk about the fact that this game is a decider for both these teams. Both of these teams are currently on the border of being locked out of playoffs, and every game matters. One loss could actually put both these teams out of the playoffs run. And
what happens if one team wins, and then the other team wins their next game, and the team that won this game loses?
Probably go the head-to-head.
We're still trying to figure that out on our end. We got to do some voting and whatnot on it. Once we get that information solidified, we will let you know, though. Right now, we're currently still talking about it, still trying to figure it out, trying to figure out how the tiebreaker system is going to work. We just don't, I don't really have the answers right now. We are looking at, that is currently the fallback plan, but we do have some stuff we're trying to figure out, like, do we want to do the, tiebreakers that way? Do we want to just, if you have the same score, you're tie-breaking to get higher
Pause
up?
at 10 seconds, by the way.
Heard.
Yeah.
Pause at 10. So once that information is out, hopefully we'll have that information out for you guys tomorrow.
Alright, pause
Alright,
at 10.
pause.
Alright, get ready. 3, 2, 1, unpause.
Okay.
Alright guys, let's see who's the more aggressive of the two teams. I think they should definitely invade on the pike. Because of the fact that they have Ignite.
1 second, so you guys that I fucked up.
What's that?
27.
27?
Yeah.
28, 29, 30. Are we on the same one?
I'm at 33, 34, 35.
36, 37, 38.
Alright, we get you.
We're close enough.
But this game means a lot.
Ooh, might be seeing a cheeky invade here on the side of forfeit 15.
Nothing's gonna get caught out of it. Maybe a buff steal. I'm questioning the Warwick with the lethal tempo. I think press the attack is always the way to go.
I guess against early, he's probably going for more of an early, gank strat. If you can get these ganks off early as Warwick, you don't risk falling behind the Ramus, who is going to be ganking pretty prominently early game and mid game. And then come later team fight. So the team forfeit of 15 did send their bot lane back. I guess they feel pretty secure here. Red side does not know. They are just starting their normal blue side. Ramus is going to lose out on his red buff. It should set the Ramus behind, but I don't think it will take away from any of the pressure Ramus will be able to really exert. He's not too farm heavy of a jungler. He's more of a ganking jungler, so we'll just have to wait and see.
He's gonna take chickens as well, which is pretty bad.
Praise Boy is pretty low though, but Ramus is finishing up these camps really slowly, and he's gonna go take it to ground. I think one of the deciding factors, just like yesterday's game, is how good is your jungle going to perform?
Phase Boy only taking the big chicken.
Leaving the small ones for his enemy foe.
Jack's beginning his abuse against the Nasus on top side.
Which is what you want to do. You don't want to let Nasus get stacks, right? Like, the last thing you want is at 10 minutes for you to notice Nasus has 150 stats and now he's doing half your HP.
Both junglers
There's
securing.
a hook on the pike. Still level 1, by the way.
Oh, and the counter hook's gonna come out from the Thresh. There's a fight breaking out on the bot side. Oh, is this gonna be first blood? The heal does come out of Feather Renegade. The aggression from both sides is mighty. The flash did come out of Sivir.
Wait, what time are y'all on?
247, 48,
Yeah.
49,
49.
50. Ramus is coming in for the counter gank. The flay from the Thresh, can he get the taunt off? The Thresh from the Flesh.
Flash is gonna come out, but the flash roll from the shoot. The Ignite is down. They just need 2 more auto.
Oh, the auto attack!
There it is.
First blood. Warwick is here to party. And FaZe Boy is here. He wants something. So that Ramus is tanky. Is he gonna get away? FaZe Boy is giving up on the Ramus and he's going for the level 1 Pike. Pike has no way
No
out.
flashes, he's dead.
That's gonna be a flash out
There
of
we
it.
go.
FaZe Boy is gonna flash forward to secure that kill. They're gonna push this in, and that's gonna be in favor of forfeit at 15.
Hey, what's the thing to show the items again? I always forget.
Oh.
Oh?
Oh.
Thank you.
So we are gonna be getting a lot of, we're gonna be seeing already that forfeit at 15 is going for the we can match your aggression kind of playstyle right now. They know that in an aspect, their team has to take the lead in this one. And so far they've, taken the lead.
It was a very bad idea on their shoots to go for the hook against a level 2 Thresh at level 1 because throwing the hook slows you down for an easy hook.
Yeah.
So
he must have thought it was a pretty safe one, since Pike had missed his hook, or because Thresh had already used Flay, I believe.
I think the big outplay there. Oh, a little bit of skirmishing happening in the top lane.
there you go.
The Nasus damage is coming out. Where Jax messes up, where Wyvern really messed up in that trade just now is he stayed in Nasus' speed. That's not what you want to do versus the Nasus. His Q will feel like a truck at level 1 if you stand in that Q and take it. But I think we should take a little moment to look at this mid lane right now. Yoshi's behind in farm. And I think this is the first game where we've seen Yoshi be behind and farm.
He's
right?
pretty even. He gets those 2 minions unless he misses them. The ones that hit tower.
True. The teleport does come out of STS Miker in the top side. Does give Jax kind of
A hook onto the pike in the bot lane.
There you go.
STS Miker is fighting.
That is a very bad idea. See, this is the thing that I always see on Wyvern. He always seems to stay a little too long. Like he gets a lead and then he just doesn't push him back. He did not need to lose his flash there at all.
Yeah. The Zoe is being able to hurt. Holy!
Woo.
Holy damage.
Yoshi Minor.
So taking a quick look at some CS. Top lane's pretty even. Oh, here comes the Rammus. Nothing really gonna happen.
Well too, so I think they have the minion wave in favor of them. And then they got both back off.
Yeah, Miles has caught back up to the CS now. Actually in lead by 2. Top lane's still pretty even. Jungle's a little mid's even. The big question though is Sivir's only up by 4 CS even with the kill. So
Perfect. Pickaxe to boots though, that's a pretty big advantage. So I hope to see A1 support play aggressive, try and get a hook, because I think they win any trade right now. Yep, they're zoning them out pretty well right now. Wow.
A lot of things.
Renegade really respecting it.
So the Renegade is only going to be down about 7 CS and a kill, so the gold lead isn't too large. But
they engage under the thresh in the bot lane.
Their shoots is going to die.
Getting some easy damage off. Phase Boy does come in, but they do see him coming in. They're not going to take that engage. Very good ward placement.
A little tip just for supports. If you see a pike like that and you're ahead and you're on thresh, just hook the pike. You get the hook away from him and he's forced to E away. You'll win that trade every time, especially since you are
engage up here in the top lane.
He's not level 6, so hopefully he gets. What? He does have the minions in his favor. Look at those casters going at it.
But Wyvern has popped his ultimate. He's gonna go in.
Yeah.
The flash is gonna be down at STS Miker. He does not have the cooldowns for it. Very good from Wyvern though, making Nasus pop the flash, making him get out of lane. You don't want Nasus to hit 6 because when he hits 6, you're not going to be able to fight him as often as you can now. Even with Conqueror, even with the lead.
I think that's... See, if Wyvern hadn't stayed so long and didn't have to flash away, that would have been a kill for him.
100%.
But we do gotta respect all these players. Most of these players currently in the game have all been gold or higher. The only one not being ranked, I believe, is J Sui.
Hey, what do you have against silver players, man? I'm a silver 2 ADC. What you talking about?
Dude, I'm silver everything. It's all good, man. But with that being said, most of these players do put a lot of time into their games for the most part. They do play a lot.
Nasa's hitting 6 here off this wave. Now,
Even with Nasus... Oh, you got it.
Now, first dragon is infernal, and Warwick can easily solo that. So I was gonna say, yeah.
Dirt Shoots is making his way over there. Probably try to get a word down, spot Warwick, see that he's trying to start dragging.
Rammus coming in for a gank on the mid lane, and Zoe has to flash out.
She's gonna burn her own flash. Wyvern is gonna tank it, but oh my god, the damage is insane even without the Sleepy Trouble bubble. Wyvern is taking another tower shot. That is not what you want. He is a stack away from being dead.
Plus 12.
Plus 12 in the shaft. He dies.
No, he's not gonna check the bush.
Warwick coming top, and he's gone.
Sniff that guy out.
Bot lane CS has started to increase for the Sivir, up at 11 currently. Not too much happening for the past little while.
Wyvern is just trying to farm out this lane. Not too worried about it. Into the Zoe, you know you win later as Malzahar. Rammus has been staying a lot more topside, but both junglers are topside. They do now have vision of that. They can make a little more of an aggressive play here in bot side once Sivir and Dush get back to lane, but it's all about waiting to see.
They need to back. How much build does she have? She has 19 hits, so she can get a BF. Let's see if she goes BF or Bork.
She's gonna go for the Bork,
She's
though.
going for Bork.
Now, I feel like the Bork for early game's great, but I do agree what you said in the beginning of while we were on the loading screen about how Bork is going to be a weaker mid-game item. Sivir's going to have more damage. But I think here where you're, in a way, losing lane, you probably want to opt in for the safer build of a Bork into possibly a Runin's Hurricane and then start going for the IE.
Yeah, for sure. For bot lane, in regards to just getting
Rip.
Ooh.
Oh no.
That is very interesting. Uh-oh, Feather. Oh, they have spotted. This could be a... We're gonna get the improvement. Can he get it? Yoshi has ulted. That's gonna be a plus. That's gonna be a plus 24 in the chat. Can he get it? There's a disconnection on the Feather Regret. The pulse is gonna come down. I think we can predict the plus 36 coming out in a minute.
Oof, indeed.
Well, let's look a little quick back at that team fight. Malzahar did ult the Warwick and couldn't actually get him killed. And that was a big problem.
Don't tell the admins of the early BM and she lives. Wait, who left? Oh.
Looking at some gold here. Right after that fight. Warwick sitting on 1600 right now.
I went and checked on them. They have already started the game back up. We're just waiting for the delay. She did DC in the middle of the team fight. Obviously, we don't have the technology to send them back, so they're just gonna have to deal with it. Chrono break!
Oh my goodness.
I don't think it would have made that too big of a difference, to be honest.
I think we can see the plus 36, as I did say, coming right out of this matchup, though. Oh, never mind, Warwick is gonna take it. It's gonna be plus 24 for the Nasus. And the TP right back topside to stop Wyvern for that push.
Yeah, I think the only difference it would have made is that Warwick would have died.
Yeah. So it's going to be a very bad trade on the side of Team Tahn. They don't want this. They do still have late game. I do think they still have the better late game. But right now, the mid game that Team Forfeit 15 needs is activated with a 2K, almost a 3K gold lead. Plates are dropping on the side of bot side. And we are just waiting to see what happens for the most part. It does seem like pressure is in favor of Team Forfeit 15. We just have to see if they can press this. That is going to be the Q on to Thresh. The arrow comes down.
There it is. Play. Oh, missed the play. You should have hooked up the pike. You hooked the pike in that scenario. Just kill him. He has no more chance on Zoe. Zoe redemption.
Ooh. Working bot side. Zoe is bot side. There are a lot of people bot side. Pike is going to guard the first. The flash comes up from the Renegade. The heal does drop, but the barrier's out from Zoe. That's going to be a dead Pike. The Ashe is going to get away.
So far, a clean game. All they got to do is keep an eye on the pick from the Zoe E and hooks, and that's it. That's what they've been doing.
A1 support really showing up today.
A1 support indeed. Saber has enough for IE, and I think that is going to be a very serious fight.
So I just want to take a minute to look at the top side. Even with the Paulus might have to confirm this for even with the kills, the gold is even. Oh, this is not a dive you want to do. Very aggressive from Wyvern.
Oh, and here bot lane. Ooh.
Another fight in bot lane. Yoshi is here. He is not on one of those hyper games.
There it is.
That's gonna be a pulling out of their juice.
Oh, almost.
The healing from Warwick's passive is gonna be able to keep him alive and help him secure the kill, keeping Sivir alive.
I thought we were gonna see the first perfect game of the tournament.
That's gonna be a kill. Finally going over to the side of Team 10 now. Zoe taking a free turn shot there to try to take down Feather Renegade, but she is going to run all the way back home. The TP does come out of Wyvern. He is level 10. Jats does outscale. Jats is definitely probably the hardest scaling champion currently in this game of League of Legends.
Vane's gotta be kind of close up there too.
No, Vane's not here. Vane's not here. I'm talking about.
Oh, in this current game, yes.
Sorry, I thought, sorry, I had to clear my throat. I think it was a Vane.
We can talk about Vane all day, but.
Hey, what time are y'all on? I think the pause made me a little bit.
13, 39, 40, 41.
I'm like a second ahead.
That's fine. So Wyvern is starting to really push that out. Nasus doesn't have mana, but Wyvern's taking these turn shots. He's being way too aggressive with Base Boy's top side. Base Boy does not have ultimate. Flash. Oh no.
Perfect flash.
This is not what you want. This is not what you want from Team 10 right now.
And this is reiterating exactly what I said about how Wyvern would be one of the top laners in the server except for the overaggression. He lost the lane despite having such a good early lane against him. He lost it because he was taking tower shots when he shouldn't have and not backing when he should have.
Taking fights, fighting with no flash, losing out on kills because he's flashing when he doesn't need to. It's just it's a very disappointing sight from the two carriers of Team 10. Yoshi is also kind of this is a weird game for him. We're used to seeing him on, you know, these out of nowhere picks and these new champions to come in that are normally really strong and carrying his team with his mechanics and everything, and this time he's on Malzahar, a champion that does not have that many mechanics for outplay potential and carrying.
Chose immediately.
Malzahar ultimate. Good flash, and that is gonna be 1,000 gold going into the pocket of Ramen. Definitely probably wanted that more on Wyvern or Yoshi, but a tanky Ramen is never a bad thing.
Oh, plays into the bubble.
That's a dead Jack.
And here it is again. Pogs, you've called it. Just the over-aggression. And Zoe is just not afraid to take these fights. She's just going to pop another redemption. She does not care.
Vaticanator playing a very clean Zoe.
I think whoever your strongest player is, you shouldn't put them on a champion like Malzahar, where it's pretty simple to play against, and can't make the plays weird or like engage a fight or anything, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like with this comp they've drafted, Yoshi is not in the spotlight. He's trying to give the spotlight to PD carry and the top laner, and then awesome. Gyarados come out, the dragon is secured by Ramen. That's gonna be a deck Sivir. But look at this, Yoshi might have that's gonna be plus 36, and he's got
plus 48.
Stack.
That's gonna be a quadra kill going over. Till we get a plus 48 in the chat.
Stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks.
Stats on stacks. We are seeing STS Miker show up. In the beginning, he was their ADC, the top side, he converted the best top laners, but he's here to show that, okay, I may not be able to beat some of the best top laners, but I am a great top laner. Taking a losing matchup and putting it in his favor.
I think you get the minions here.
Wyvern is trying to push up, but it doesn't seem this time it's going to overextend. It's just going to start farming up here.
Alright, so you guys still want to stick with your call early? I'll take a bet. I'll bet one ban that Vaticanator takes us home.
Oh my goodness.
I have gotten where we are going to get another pause here soon. We did get another DC. Just get ready for that. I will get back to you on that.
That is exactly what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you're level 277. That's called wear and tear.
Secretly, your foot keeps turning off your computer to try to get you to stop.
You know, at level 277, you just die once, you rage a little bit for the core, and you're like, oh god. Yep, that's what happens. This Zoe is popping off. Luden's Echo with Shane seems to be Lich Bane. That's one scary Zoe.
So the pause is going to be about 30 seconds long from what I heard, so we'll get ready for that.
Currently, Nasus is
bullied.
The ult from Jax is making those stats hurt just a little less, but all the work, ooh, miss. Well, Wyvern's gonna make it out of it, but there's a team fight in mid lane.
The fact that they didn't kill it.
They do not have their Noxus, they do not have their Warwick. The arrow is gonna whip. But it doesn't matter, Pike is gonna, that's gonna be a flash out of the zone. Goes to the from Malzahar, and that's another shutdown goal going right over to the shoots with the ultimate.
I'd like to, ooh, another pull.
There's gonna be another one, and that's gonna be a triple kill going over to the sub.
That's a total goal right there.
Team 10's answering back.
I'd like to point out that the reason they couldn't hit the Jax and then rotate bot or towards the mid lane was because Warwick emoted and BM'd his dance while chasing after him, and that's why he wasn't in range for him.
It's a 3v1 on the Noxus. The Noxus is saying your troops is just chaining up this CC. There's a disconnect from another Renegade, but they're not going to pause it. They want this kill. That's 1,000 gold going over to the Malzahar. That work is here. She is going back, but the Rammus is going to die. We should see the pause here in a minute. Wyvern is just pushing. He could have been paused the game.
Alright, dude. I'm going to go eat. Just kidding. I'm going to go get some food. Snack on. 30 seconds, right? Y'all should just mute our jungle.
So, how do you see them making? How do you see Team Tahn making it out of this?
Well, looking at their current win condition, right? They seem to be able to start taking these fights.
I think it's all about the re-engage.
The re-engages, yes, and Wyvern is now doing the correct thing he needs to do as Jats, right? You couldn't win the game, you couldn't get super far ahead early, so what do? You split push. When you're split pushing, they always have to answer you. And as long as Wyvern keeps asserting that pressure, and they have to send Nasus or Warwick, or they have to send, you know, both Sivir and Thresh, or Zoe and Thresh to make these plays to stop that push, you put these team fights in the favor of Team 10. Ash ult, Yoshi on Malzahar, I can never remember to say his name.
Their shoots and
what Tahn?
Oh yeah, their shoots is Pike and then Jesuits on Rammus.
I will say though, I think that the mistake of FF at 15 is having to send Warwick to help a Nasus that doesn't need help against that split. He can absolutely match that split, just being an item ahead. Frozen Heart already cancels out Jax and a Trinity Force match, and I think he just absolutely 1v1s him, and they just 4v4 the rest of the match. And as you can tell too, they didn't need his help to kill Jax. They should have just been happy with the flash away.
What do your dogs have to say on the matter, out there, Pogs?
What they're saying is exactly that. They're cheering on their boy Susan, you know, fellow dogs. Over here, 7-1-4. They're like, woof, woof, woof. Yeah, Jack's gonna get woof, woof, woof. Come on, bro. Yep, mate.
I'm feeling for the boy Warwick and Nasus.
There you go. They feeling for the pack members, and they're cheering them on.
So Wyvern did get the bot lane tower that's gonna be some gold in the favor that they are team.
I think this Nasus needs to start TPing over here. Unless they put a counter engage. As long as they don't dive, they should be okay.
We are waiting, but the fight didn't land. The counter strike comes in from Jack. The ult comes down. The Warwick is done. They're focusing for it. But Warwick is healing so much. Jack is alive. Zoe is trying to get to Wyvern, but Wyvern is just so.
Oh, what a spread fight!
I'm alive.
Don't play this away.
What a spread fight!
The fact that they trade 1-for-1 just shows exactly how ahead they are. Despite getting picked, they only give up one. See, they're still cheering on Susan. They're over here like split push, take bottom tower. Thanks, Rosie.
But we have to start noticing this is a 5v5. This is all communication. And solo queue where your team's not communicating, Nasus can split push all the time, but Nasus is where all their gold is currently located. That's their main carry. That's, you know, bit guy, they have to aim everything on him. Nasus not being in those even 4v4 fights means that they're now weaker. And Pike is just doing true damage. That's gonna be another one. Dershut's dodging this. That could be a dead. Oh wow, Oh, oh. And the weather, it might as well be a stun. It might as well be a stun. And the flash is gonna come out. That's gonna be a dead ramen. But J2's on about 8-1 to point, and it even take damage. That's gonna be a dead fight. Plus 12 in the chat. So they're going for this dragon. And just like that, forfeit at 15 takes it back. Still maintaining a 5K goal.
It was definitely closer than they would have preferred it, but I think they can definitely close it out as long as they keep playing with Sleepy Trouble Bubble and just following up on it, protecting the 80 carry.
But when we talk, but remember the one condition I gave for Team Tahn was scaling. We're at 22 minutes in the game. If they don't end in the next 5, can you really say they'll keep winning team fights? Jats is going on his, will probably have a second item by then. Yoshi's working on his 3rd finished item. Feather Renegade is a little behind, but when you have Pike and a Malzahar and a Jats that are all coming online, Rammus is always a tank, and you keep saying you're going to win these fights. Your champions' scalings are about to end. The only one you have left is, you know, Nasus and Sever, but
if you look at the item differences, and especially in bot lane, that's very important, I think, because Sivir definitely takes the cake here. Like, remember how I said that Ashe going Borch needs IE and another Zeal item to match the damage of Sivir? She's not at that yet, you know? And Sivir's about to get a Shiv or a rapid fire cannon. So I think team fights right now, that should carry the game unless Sivir truly is out of position. And that's honestly all they have to do. Play front to back and
I agree, but Team 10 keeps lowering this gold lead. Look at this. They're just their farms alone are keeping this gold lead not as large as it could be. You're up 22 kills and you're not up 10k gold? I don't know. The fight does start.
Taking on the Pike right now.
Very good E out from Pike, but he's still probably gonna go down here. Feather Renegade not gonna be able to save him, not even gonna burn the ultimate.
They just run Baron. Jax is splitting bot, just rush Baron right now.
You're on Baron, you still got, Ashe still has ult, Rammus still around. I don't know if a steal is possible, but we'll have to find out.
They're actually doing the right thing, keeping him out of the pit. Just keep Rammus out, you don't have to worry about the others. There you go, you can sacrifice.
Here comes the TP in from Jax.
They're in it. Fight. It's gonna be secured by Warren, but the fight is going in favor. Jax is starting to. Jax is down. Nasus is stacking people. Rammus is not taking enough to take too many Qs with this Nasus. That's gonna be a dead Nasus. Shut that low going right over to the Ashe. Feather Renegade is putting out the damage here. She's doing her best, but she just can't spare Wizard War. It's gonna grab her.
Coming in. Oh, good flash. Oh, gets the kill. So she has to reset.
Yeah, that's the reset. Ooh, and the boy gets it before it times him. Ward the only one with Baron. Ward's being greedy. He wants the Ward. The space age is going to come down. It is Pike v Warwick. He does still have his ultimate up for a good another 10 seconds. Can he get it? He has it Knight, but he's just going to back off. There's going to be one Baron saved. Oh, wait. Ward knows he's there. Pike's just going to go over the wall. You don't want to fight this right now.
They need to just walk away.
So let's look at it this way. The scaling has definitely started to show, right? That fight should have easily been in forfeit of 15's favor. We can call it player error, but we can also look at the fact all you have for your scaling right now is not. Sever just completed her status Shiv. Now you're waiting, obviously, for probably the Phantom Dancer to come through, possibly, right?
Yeah,
so
if you play the fight though, Sivir did get
Ashe ulted.
Arrowed. Yeah, she got arrowed that fight, so she was not DPSing at all in the beginning of that fight. And then when she did come back in, she was already half health. Instead of focusing, instead of focusing the Rammus down, she walked past trying to get and ran into damage basically. You just hit the front. This is it. It's just not that mad right now. They just played this clean and they got it. See, my dogs are still cheering on Susan. How many stacks does Susan have? 400 something? It's like bugged for me.
Nasus has, yeah,
Bugged,
4
right?
something.
It's like 4-1. It says 2-1 for me. 417. I think. Yeah, 417. It's a really bad rate though, but to each their own. Spear of Shojin finish though on Jax. I think that's a very important buy. Flash down on
Warwick ult down as well.
Now you have to wait for the Warwick ult to come back up. The Jax is on the Zoe. This will be oh no! Zoe's just way too fast, but Juice is gonna secure that kill. He's not letting any get away today.
Wow, that was a flash down on the Rammus.
Rammus really wants that dragon.
Rammus is not gonna be able to outtank this or even get away. That's gonna be another kill going over to Phase War on his Warwick. He is 10-2 with a 500 gold bounty right now.
Yeah, that flash was very sketchy. That was not worth it all.
With the Zoe being down,
and they get the dragon.
You do still leave them in a 4v4, and Air Drake's not gonna help with combat stats. But Wyvern is top lane. He's still trying to push, but he is backing. That tower's gonna go down, but looks like they're gonna be pushing for inhib here. Baron buff has expired. How are they gonna still do this turn? Nasus is going in for the 4-7. The E comes through for Juice. He's gonna grab this threat. That's gonna be a death threat. The ultimate comes out of Sivir, but they have locked down this Nasus. They want him. That's gonna be a double kill going over to Wyvern. The first 2 kills on the Jax.
Good dodge.
Good dodge out of the Sivir. But they're chasing her. They want her.
Warwick is here though.
But he comes through and still gonna get stunned. Looks like they're just gonna hand that right over to Yoshi for the shutdown gold. Warwick is gonna get his ultimate back. But Jax is just so tanky with his ultimate.
I think what it looks like is happening is if Static Canator is not in the fight, they don't know what to do.
It does seem that. It seems without that burst from Zoe bursting someone down, they aren't able to secure these fights. Nasus is now, I think we all know he's stacking. He's still got stats, but there's just not enough damage.
Like I said a little bit earlier, what we were talking about with, meanwhile
the bot lane, oh, he's gonna get the stun. They want the Nasus. Nasus does not have ult. It's coming up, but that's gonna be an ultimate from Derchus. Derchus is on a rampage.
So, going back to my point, I think it's all about the re-engage. 100%. Bot could have, or FF at 15 could have easily left that bot tower right as soon as Baron wore off, but instead, they stayed a little bit longer. Derchus got a perfect pikey off on 3 people right in front of that tower. Minions died, leaving Nasus to be ulted and pretty much perma-CC'd under the tower that entire fight.
Yeah, that's their mistake. I think they don't know what they want. Sivir is playing really back while Thresh and Nasus are in the front line.
And I think we need to also, Feather Renegade, she's not doing as much as she could obviously CC twice, but she's still there. That little DPS does matter. I think the thing about Team 10 is when they're committing, they're committing. Even with Wyvern pushing and they may be in a disadvantage, they're committing. Why it seems like Forfeit at 15 is starting to be like, oh, you know, in the back of their minds, they're like, oh, we can't throw, so we have to play more passive, but that's not going to work against a team that wants you to play passive and get these picks.
The pick on the Jax right here might turn the game back around in their favor.
The ultimate does come down from Jax. They've used a lot. That's going to be the ultimate out of Ward. That's the ultimate out of... Wait, Jax is trying to run. That is going to be a kill, but look, how much did you wait? How much do you waste on that?
That's perfect. They get Baron.
Unfortunately, they weren't. While all that was going on, no other objectives or anything were being pushed by Team Tahn.
Team Tahn is spotted. They know they're doing Baron. They leave the blast cone up. Promise is not here though to even attempt. Oh, when the actual comes down, Warwick gives us Promise is in the middle. They're gonna take down the Nasus. This is ultimate. This is a good fight for Forfeit at 15.
Oh, Yoshi Minor turning it around.
Well, Yoshi Minor wants the Malzahar damage comes through. That's a double kill on the Malzahar. But Yoshi Minor is gonna flash in. Their Juice goes for it. That's a triple kill onto Yoshi.
No,
and I feel kind of, it's interesting. We were we're talking about Yoshi's not on, his carry champion and he's still making it work. Ward comes in for the steal here, but Ward's not going to be able to solo this. Does it really matter?
I think the problem with FF15 is they don't seem to know what to do when they have a lead and how to close out the game.
I agree. This has been something we have seen with this team. They get a lead, they can't push it out, but I think we also need to take a look at their comps here, right? They aren't drafting these late game comps. They're not they're planning to get the leads, which they do. I think we all can say they have a great mid and early game. But when teams are able to stall to this late game, they just seem to fall apart, and these other teams seem to turn on, and they're like, okay, we know what to do here, right? Split push them out. Take these good team fights that are only going to be beneficial to us. Yeah, we lose 2, but if they lose 3, that's better for us, right?
The second Inferno being pretty big here.
The gold lead has dwindled down to only a 3k gold lead. This was a team that was holding almost a 5 to 6k gold lead. They have every objective.
Rammus with the steal.
Rammus is gonna turn off her team. Gas is ulting. The Spear Social Passive is down, but Spear Social Passive is up. Looks like the fight is breaking out. Reduces in a bit. That's gonna be a dead Sivir. And the sun is up. That's gonna be dead to reduce. Oh, but that's gonna be
ace.
Wow.
Holy ace. And Feather Renegade turns on. Jats turns on. And those are the carries.
So the big part of that fight was Sivir was 1v1'd by the Rammus and nearly killed.
And then Dershoots went in to make sure he cleaned it up. The game could be ended here. Maybe not ended, but they're gonna lose an engine tower.
For sure.
So I think this is when now we start to think about what can Forfeit at 15 do? You've lost the lead. You were pushing their inhib turns at 22 minutes, and at 32, they are the first ones to break your base. You haven't broke their base. You haven't come close to breaking their base in over 10 minutes. Your scaling's up. Sivir's your last hope. You have to hope that her damage will be enough. But Ashe is at the point. Oh, you said she needed 2 Zeal items and an IE. She's working on her third one. You don't think she's gonna build the IE?
No, she went Zeal third, which is completely confusing to me. I think you need to go IE.
I think she's going for the Ruinous Hurricane, because think about the damage she's putting out on this one person. If you average that out to maybe 2 or 3 people, Ashe is doing a lot of damage.
She's not a bad Baron. You just need some TP there to get there. Okay, rush it down, don't fight in this game. That's what you need to do. They fight, they're gonna lose this game.
Here comes Rammus.
They're gonna fight right now. Susan is not taking it. They need to get out.
And Team 10 comes in. Ward goes right in. He's trying to go right in on Wyvern. Wyvern just block it off. But the fight is back and forth. Ward is gonna make it out. But look at their shoes. He wants it. He knows what he has to do. That's gonna be Sivir dead again. I think one of the main parts is Pogs, you said earlier, Sivir's gonna outscale the Ashe. If you get rid of the Sivir, it doesn't matter though. SCS Micro going for the back door. Team 10 is gonna answer the back door instead of just going for push, but it looks like Yoshi thinks they can just push.
I think
Yoshi
they
and
can. Plus 12 right here.
Plus 12? Nope. Oh yeah, the flash forward out of SCS Micro. But look at that attack speed and damage coming out of Feather Renegade. Nasus can't push with her there.
I think the fact that they took Baron was a really good call for them, because if Team Tahn gets Baron, then they lose the game.
Yeah.
It seems to me they really know how to play as a team much better than FF15. And Sivir going lifesteal against, because she has been getting soloed up by Rammus, is not the right move. You need to go Last Whisper.
Yeah, definitely a Last Whisper.
And just pop that.
I think the really bad thing here, though, is Thresh has opted in for the Redemption, the Night Down, the Zeets, all great pairings for the Sivir. But really, right now, what she needs is a Merkales. They're locking her down. They're going after her. She's CC'd up. She can't do anything, and there's nothing to help her. Either Thresh needed to go Merkales, to cleanse her, or Sivir needed to go Scimitar. And neither have happened. There's no QSS there for Sivir. There's no, cleansing item to help her from Thresh.
Whoa! Sivir's behind. Looks like that they win. Yoshi Mine got caught out as well.
The flash is forward. Wyvern is trying. That's going to be a push. That is not what you want. They are out of position again.
Both teams making position calls and getting wrecked for
He
it.
just used his lantern to get a soul. I really hope they need a lantern.
There you go. If they get a kill here, if they can kill that Rammus right now, they win.
This could be the game. So the Renegade doesn't have the damage to move. They're not.
FFF2, thank you.
FFF does look like they're going to win this game. Their division comes down. They're going to end it. What a 36-minute game, the longest game of the season. Forfeit at 15, secure their spot.
Alright, so because of the outcome of the bet, Baby Legs gives up a ban.
Bullshit. You got me all kinds of fucked up.
Oh boy.
Even though, I mean, we could give it to you and beat you anyway, so I don't see why it matters.
Oh.
So, Malzahar, holy god. Malzahar with the damages. Even with the loss, Yoshi still put out a hefty amount of damage.
And I think we have to look at the fact that that's something Yoshi always does. Yoshi is consistent. In this game, Wyvern had a pretty bad early game, but he showed up later in the game.
I gotta say, it was a lot closer of a game towards the end than I thought it was gonna be.
It was a lot closer than it needed to be. I think a lot of things that we need to work on, everyone pretty much in this Discord, is just learning to close out games better. And learning to push the advantages that they do have, because I don't think they should have been to the wire like this. They shouldn't have been pushed to their inhib whatsoever.
You have a bunch of, you have a lot of things going on in this game, and I feel like with these two teams in specific, they know who their carries are, and I felt like Forfeit at 15, what really gave them the advantage is they played towards their carries. Baze Boy's been a great jungle for their team. STA's Miker taking over the top side has been a great thing for their team. And I felt like they played for those. Sivir's a safe pick. Thrasher's great for Sivir. If obviously Vaticanator can play Zoe, so that's great for them on that end. Why on the other end, you know, for Team Tahn here, Wyvern's on a scaler and he lost lane, so that doesn't look good, right? And then you have Yoshi on Malzahar, who is not the Yoshi style we've seen carry his team, right? So, I think one thing about this match really is one team played to their advantage, even though they almost threw, which, I mean, they're famous for at this point, why the other team did not.
I gotta say, though, if there was not that call right there for that last kind of mini-team fight, where the Rammus and the Jax got caught out. I honestly think with the fights and the way they were going, it could have been a Team Tahn win.
It could have been a Team Tahn win. The fact that Sivir wasn't caught out that one time, or Zoe, and the people they fought was Thresh and Warwick. I mean, that's exactly what they needed to do. Just output damage in the backline. They win the game. But every fight they took, their shoots had really, really good flanks, and he was pretty much soloing out their backline, which really wasn't, put them in their favor. So.
It's true, and we got one more game coming up for you guys in about 30 minutes.
Oh,
so
God.
I think.
All right, I will be casting that game. Don't worry, guys, I got you.
Oh Lord.
As much as I would love to continue this broadcast and keep talking more, unless one of you guys want to go do the interviews.
Can you?
I got to go. Can I
pull people in here?
Hey,
yeah,
you don't need to practice. What are you talking about? If we're not practicing, you don't need to practice.
Well, let's only Yoshi and Deschutes and Jesus are in. So do we just want to bring all of them in? Since there's only 3 of them.
Yeah. No, there's 4. Yeah, let's bring all 3 in.
Where the fuck am I?
What's up, friend?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey guys. So
Zed.
Yeah.
I can't play Zed in this game. We have too much AD.
So the first question was, why the Malzahar? Why not the? I mean, besides Zed, I know you've got a couple other AP carries that can definitely hard carry games.
It's because Nasus, that's why.
So you were trying to get more.
I was locking him down in fights, and he just couldn't do anything.
So y'all definitely the early game was pretty rough there for a while.
But
I
mid
picked
game
Malzahar because he's like one of the best scaling champions in the whole game too. Like
He's
I
one
think
of the
he
best-
scales, like really hard. Once
So-
you get the Rylai's with like what's that item called? Leandries, you do so much damage with the E. It just chunks people.
That is true.
There's fights where I was literally just like someone was telling me to back off, and I literally like killed everybody.
Yeah, Josh was like about to TP in when they were taking Baron.
Oh lord, that the triple kill that you got from the surprise jump, I couldn't believe it. Towards the right after that Baron fight. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, those Baron fights were really close.
I entered in the end, and that was not good.
Oh, we were down only 713 gold right before you guys got caught out, and we completely lost the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I entered near the end. It was really bad.
I mean, I was saying here that honestly, without y'all getting caught out there and trying to kill that Zoe, y'all had a really good chance because your team fighting comp was much better.
Yeah, we made a bad call about the Nasses.
Their shoots was popping off in terms of the flanks.
You mean
like I was repeating that
other
the
way
Silver
around?
should be able to destroy.
Their shoots is the pike.
Yeah, sorry. The pike was absolutely destroying.
He is the pike.
Yeah, that's what I said. Didn't I say
So
yeah,
You were trying to talk about the Rammus.
Yeah. So I actually do have a question for your shoots.
Oh.
You played Alistar. You've played these hey, I'm here to. Excuse my language. I'm here to fuck you, bitch. Support. You played Pike, and you actually kept Sivir out of more fights than anyone else on your whole team.
Wait, hold up, Chieftain. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, man, Alex,
no offense, but
Alex,
you
we
ran
have
into
to
me
remember
and
you
died.
flashed fight on Warwick. You fucking troll.
Okay, I stole 2 of the 5
Please
dragons.
explain that though.
I stole 2 of the 5 dragons, almost 3. Hitboxes are kinda wonky.
I will say I do want to see Jesus back on Echo instead of the Rammus.
Echo's so fucking boring after the changes, Chief. Like, the jungle XP changes are so tilting. Like...
We did tell him to play it, by the way. Dude, if he played Echo and then we had like an EP top laner, I would have picked it. Guarantee it.
So I have a question then, guys. Your comp featured more scaling. Were you guys planning on trying to just have a okay mid game and go for a late game?
100% the plan.
So I guess in terms right now, right? You guys are kind of in an odd place. We don't know if you can make playoffs right now. I can't give you guys a real answer yet. I don't even know how tiebreakers
No,
are
we're
working.
probably not gonna get playoffs, honestly.
Well, in case you can, what are you guys gonna be working towards? Because most of the teams going to play.
That is 100% our problem.
What?
And also, we need a fucking all 5 team members.
Yeah. Not bugging out during the middle of the game.
Yeah.
Yoshi, next time I will sub in for you guys. I'll be your AD carry.
Dude, you're on a different team though.
Doesn't matter.
Feels
Just
bad,
quit your
man.
team. Quit your team.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my
Next
lord.
time I'm just gonna play a champion I want to play.
Hey man, if you could get that Talon to be on the main roster, I can take Brow.
Personal biggest problem that game was being the only person that was being pressured out of vision control.
So I guess you guys do have some stuff to work on. Obviously, you still got one more game to play at least next week. We'll be able to give you more of a
Yeah,
if
we're
you're
gonna lose
making it
that
to
one
playoffs
too.
or not. You're versing Team 10.
Yeah, but we might still lose.
Okay, well, I'm loving the confidence. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go. I gotta go.
Alright.
We still gotta pull in the other team, and
Yeah, I know.
y'all gotta go. You got a game soon. So thank you guys for joining us. Sorry about your loss, but hopefully you guys win next game, and hopefully we'll see you guys in playoffs.
Alright, see you.
See you guys.
Peace.
You guys have to leave.
See you guys in playoffs.
Alright, I think just said
Alright.
pull the whole team in, why not?
Dude, we just want to go there. It'd be easier for me to point.
Alright, then pull us there.
Coming to you this time.
Oh,
yes.
All right,
Hello,
you guys won. You continue the Swiss cheese.
Of course.
I would like to say that these 2 guys bet against you. I had my fate at FS on 15.
I've never bet against you guys.
Since the beginning, Baby Legs is now losing
Hey.
the ban because
we're
of the bet.
literally just Echo Fox on Sundays.
But you literally scared the crap out of me. I was over here like these two boys. These two boys were like, commentating so much, and I was like being quiet because they were like, "Dang, Team Tahn gonna take this," and I didn't know how to defend y'all. But I had my faith, and I'm really glad you won this game.
Whoa! I was not biased at all. You
Yeah,
got me all
let's
kinds of
talk
messed up.
about caster biases here a little bit. It is our job to remain
I
neutral.
with team comp, not the team. I literally was giving Shane praise, and literally every time he stat someone, 24 stats in the chat. What do you mean?
Well, first of all, how could anyone doubt our record? It's clearly
It's Swiss
shown.
cheese. It's Swiss cheese.
To win this game.
Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. I mean, you guys gotta continue. So, are you planning on losing next week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna actually have to ask you. I gotta ask you guys to win that game because I need you guys to win that game.
He doesn't want to play Yoshi in playoffs.
Oof.
Oh, dude.
All right. Well, I do got some questions for you guys, and gonna make them quick because we all three gotta go. Shane. 15. What is it? 12-5 Gnosis? Was that it?
12-5-13.
12-5-13 Gnosis. What's that all about? When'd you start playing Gnosis?
He wasn't lagging this game like last game.
Dude, I played Nasus since like season 4. But either I go 0-9 or go 12-5. So watch you. Watch yourself, man.
So you got
He said there's like 2 games in practice.
So the rest of your team, I noticed you guys actually played like really well today, even with a sub and also like great thresh. Like what? That came out of nowhere. With
Yeah,
nerfs
nice
and
flash
everything.
Q. Nice flash Q.
Wow, I love it.
Give credit where credit is due.
Hey, it
He played
almost
that lane
worked.
very well.
Yeah, we
It
actually had
almost
some
worked.
practice this time. And
Hey.
Yeah, we played literally 2 games. I inted on Alistar and carried on Pike, so like it was kind of iffy. I was kind of like actually worried coming to this game. I'm like, I'm literally gonna int this game, and then when all that fiasco was happening at like level 2 in bot lane, I was like, what the hell is going on? And then they both flashed forward, and I was like, oh my god, I better use my flash now. And then Zerber got a kill, and then literally didn't get a kill until like 25 minutes into the game. After that, he literally, I was 1-2 and 12. He was 1-2 and 13.
I was dishing out some fucking damage, but this fucking
Oh,
Warwick and
whoa.
that's just what giving me the good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Wesley.
I will say, FaZe Boy, do you? I would like to comment on you trying to pick the Jax. When trying to pick the Jax, pretty late in the game when Nasus was 1v1ing him, and then you started BMing and missed your ult.
He never BM'd.
And then,
Oh
and
yeah.
then you
So
lost,
I do
and
want
then
to
you
know
lost
about
the
that
big
one.
fight because of that.
That never happened.
Someone
You
clip
have
it.
no recorded proof.
Mako, please clip that. I would love to see the emote that he did. He started dancing. I would.
No. He switched his hotkeys around. It was a.
Oh yeah, you're right. He was trying to press R. He started pressing A.
Yeah.
No, I have a dance on T.
Oh my god.
But I
Fat
was
fingers.
dancing on
All right, guys. Really sorry to do this. We're gonna have to cut your interview short.
Really good game though, guys. I'm
Really good
proud
game.
of you.
It's not biased. We all have a game.
I'm gonna bet on these guys.
All right. Then, is there anything you guys want to say? Because you could clip a playoff spot right now. All you gotta
Who do
do
you
is
think-
win next week.
Who do you think?
Bronco
wins?
is definitely coming on the main roster. We just don't know to kick Parker or
Holy crap!
Yeah, the only guy you ever win with.
Yeah, but we don't need to win next week, guy.
I mean, you do. In ultimate playoffs, you do. To secure it.
Who wins? BTR or Baby Legs? What's your
Oh,
opinion?
yeah. Do you guys want to give us your
BTR,
predictions?
dude. Oh my god. Well, if we're going off of record predictions, I mean, like off
But
of
you-
tonight.
Wait, who has the better record?
BTR.
BTR.
Then Baby Legs.
Oh, my boy!
Dude, you're crazy. Lol,
Give it to
Is that who y'all play next?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how to play.
It's the game of the season, boys.
Wait, that's tonight?
Yeah, in 15 minutes.
That's right, y'all. That's
Guys,
how we
I
gotta
said it's
go.
game of the season when you had the Thresh God in the last game.
Yeah.
I'm literally Hakuo.
Self-promoting. Self-promote. You're still on the stream. Go, go, go.
Alright, guys.
All right,
I'm
well, we'll see you guys later.
I gotta go
Later.
eat before I get fed off Derpington's.
Be a real shame. Paul's got that ass clapped.
Alright, let's go. I'm ready to whoop your booty.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. We'll see you guys
We're
tonight.
ready to whoop your butt right now.
All right,
Brandon, end
guys.
the stream.
Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Follow if you like the stuff. Oh my goodness.
Oh no!
We're gonna have to end the stream for a second. And we'll be taken right back up.